How about you turn around and give us an intro? No?
I don't want to be the whole reason why you get views.
Right? Oh, welcome to Half Pace Outdoors and Homestead, guys. So today is day one of me staying out here for the next 7 days working, and even through this winter storm. So we'll see if I work or if I just mess around. But Miss Sarah's out here helping us today with the big brush fire again. So if I don't fall over with the camera, we have managed to get that big pain in the ass treetop gone and finally cleaned up. But we lost a lot of footage already because it's cold out here, and two, I didn't format the SD card to the camera, so it was giving me issues and only recording on 2-minute spans. So yeah, it's one of those kind of days. But we are persisting. That, and we waited until it was warm up and coffee time to figure out that there was any kind of problems going on. So Sarah is gone. She just took off. I took her all the way back down to her 4Runner, and she went to go get the kids. She went to go get the kids and head home and batten everything down, get ready for this storm. I have about 2 hours of daylight and until it starts to snow. So I need to get my camp set up, I need to get my fire moved back to my camp, and I need to get dinner going. So I'm in a little bit of a rush right now. Alright, well, I got my tent up at least, and it's starting to snow right now, so I need to get my tarp hung up. First off, guys, I am not coming lightweight. I'm not coming out here to really torture myself. I am coming out here to sleep comfortably. So I'm setting up my tent. I'm setting up a front porch. I need to be comfortable this week. We're out here to work. I'm not out here to survive. But my camera is shutting off like every 3 minutes because of the cold. Blast is there towards the end, but there's my house for the week. All right. If you guys are hearing somebody in the background, that would be my buddies JV and Fish Snatcher. They do a Bible study, and I like to listen to their Bible studies from time to time. So my Zen bivvy is rated down to 23 degrees, 25 degrees. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my whoopee and stuff it inside of my Zen bivvy and see if that'll get me low enough tonight. If that doesn't work out, then I do have a little buddy heater that I can throw in here and heat me back up. Well, we're kind of losing daylight fast, or filming light anyways, but I got camp set up pretty much just in time. Snow's starting to come down heavier now, and it's not stopping. It was kind of spitting and sputtering to start with. Neighbors driving by is probably like, what the hell is this guy doing? Camping, bro. All right, let's here, I know it's dark on me, but let me give you guys a little bit of a pan around and we'll see what the snow is doing. I have a little bit of disappointing news. I had the clips. I reviewed them, and as I was moving those clips into my video editing software, I watched them disappear. I don't know what else to say. But you can tell when I'm coming out of there, like, I stayed that night. I did not go home and give you guys some bullshit B-roll thing. Like, I stayed there that night. You can see when I come out, the four-wheeler is completely covered. There's no tracks coming in or out. I was there. So in those clips, what I brought up was it warmed up to like 26 degrees and the snow was coming down so heavy it sounded more like rain on the tarp. It was, or on my tent. It was kind of neat. But again, it was still 26 degrees, so it wasn't like it was all that bitter cold. The air was a little bit damp, so there's that. And then I did fire my little heater up. I went out there to be comfortable, so I turned my heater on, and for the most part I slept half in and half out of my sleep system. Well, I had my poncho liner whoopee wrapped around me all the way, but as far as my Zen bivvy, I was like half in, half out of it. It was a pretty comfortable night, except for waking up periodically and having to push the snow off of the tent because it's pushing down on the tent and just squishing into my face. So there's that, and we'll go right back into the morning clips. That's the snow line. And it's even out here. Good morning. Let's see what it looks like outside, right? Well, I really don't get to see much. I gotta crawl my way out. There, now that you can see it a little bit better. This was all off the ground. My whole tarp is now sunk down. So it looks like I gotta find my shovel and dig myself out this morning. And I thought I left my shovel laying on the four-wheeler, but it's not there. This is gonna be fun because there's a foot of snow out there. Look at all this. Here's the four-wheeler. Well, that was an exciting night. I think that what everybody leaves out of the winter storm camping videos is waking up 2 and 3 times to punch the snow off of your tent because it's hitting you in the face. At least when you get deep snow like this. All right, I need to get this camp operational. So I need to try to find my shovel and dig my way out of here. All right, well, we are dug out now. Kinda. I'm as dug out as I can be. All right, we're gonna do our best for this. So the kids got called off for school already tomorrow, and that's a little bit of an emergency. And you guys, if anybody watches the channel, you know that my kids come absolutely first. I am our at-home parent. I'm a work-from-home dad. My kids come absolutely first. So I'm not staying out there tonight. So me and Deegan are gonna go play around in the woods and get my gear, and then he's gonna hang out with me for a few hours tomorrow until Sarah comes and picks him up out at the property. We're gonna go back out first thing in the morning. So that's what's going on. You guys know I like to try to be transparent with everything on my channel. And while we are supposed to be staying out there this week, I gotta be home with the kids for a night. So that's what's up. And we'll see you guys tomorrow when we get back out there. What's up, guys? We are back out here now. So yesterday with the, or not yes, well yeah, it was yesterday, after the snowstorm that night, I had to go back and help Sarah shovel out our driveway. Our driveway at the house is over 300 feet long, so between the two of us tag teaming and we shovel it. We don't have a snowblower. It takes us almost all day, so I had to help her do that. But at the time I got done doing that, I had like an hour of daylight left. I just stayed home with her and the kids, which Deegan ended up with a snow day today, so I would have had to go home and help her anyways. But we are back at camp, so we need to dig all this out and fix it, because we're here to stay for another 4 days. Alright, let's get busy. My tripod is in my tent. How much fun is it to watch somebody shovel snow out? So I will just turn this off and I'll get back to you guys when I'm done doing that. I'll see you soon. Well, we are all shoveled out now. So, there's a spot for my fire where it's going to go now. And then, yeah, I got a nice little wall all the way around my campsite. So hopefully help do a little bit to hold some heat in. Dry my tent out a little bit. You can see right here, my tarp ripped out. And we're back home. Let's get a fire going. I am going to cheat this time. I'm probably going to hear it from somebody because, I mean, you guys know that I like to play around with fire and ferro rod and stuff like that, but I only probably have 2 hours of light left, and I take that back. I got about 3 hours of light left. It's going on 2:30. So I bought one of these big ass things, and it feels like there's a couple logs in here. So I don't need a whole log out of this. I'll be able to get a fire going with just a little bit. So that's the chore at hand. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to split some of this stuff up that I have underneath the tarp because everything's buried. Because this is, man, I could get probably 3 years of fires out of this thing. Alright. I need a drink, and I'm getting hungry, and I need to get a fire going. Oh, got my fire kit. This is one that my buddy Craig over there at Haggard Outdoors. Most of you guys that watch my channel have heard me talk about him. You've seen me do some collab camps with him. He made me this little fire kit. Well, now it's just the bag. I've put a lot of my own stuff in here. But he gave me some stuff in here like fatwood shavings, birch bark shavings, things like that. So what I have in here now is some old man's beard, got some birch bark. I have my flint and steel kit, and I have a big fat 4-inch ferro rod. So I think what we're going to do is use a little bit of this birch bark. I'm going to use the birch bark kind of like a just a flame extender, just to get the like a match, I guess, to get that fire log lit. I would imagine their whole intention is that somebody is lighting a wood stove or a fireplace with these things. Look at the size of that. It's almost as big as my face. So I think we're gonna hack some chunks off of this. I just got a handful of big chunks of this stuff. Come on now. There we go. There we go. Check out this fancy shit. Yeah, boy. All the way. Nice. Okay, well, the coffee is on the fire. My steak is next to it, kind of thawing out. I got snow in my stock pot so that that'll turn into water. I got my frozen jug of water sitting here so it'll thaw. But for now, I'm gonna go. I've got plenty of firewood to probably get me through the night, but I'm gonna go get a bunch more. Oh, you gotta get that first initial coffee pour on film, or, you know, it's just not a YouTube video. Oh, buddy. I'm gonna sit and drink my coffee and get my knees dry and my feet warm. I'll see you guys in a bit. So we got some Hog Zone seasoning, steak seasoning from JV Outdoors. And I've had my steak sitting beside the fire thawing out, so it's nice and smoky flavored too. Push this stuff into it. Flip her over. There we go. Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm hungry. I'm hungry already. Assess our steakiation. Man, that looks so good. Well, it is about medium. I do prefer mine medium rare, so I overcooked it a little, but that's okay. It's just cutting like butter. Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. The asparagus. Broccoli. This was just a great idea for dinner. Some of the fried sweet corn. Man. Oh, alright guys. Well, about 9:30. The wind is picking up quite a bit out there. I don't know if you can hear it or not. It's not staying consistent. It's just gusting around, gusts. So I came in my tent and I got my heater fired up. So I'm just in here hanging out, staying warm, reading my book. I've been reading the Longmire series. So yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna hang out and read and stay warm, out of the wind. So I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's time to get the fire going. It almost went completely out on me last night. I got just barely some hot coals left. So get this thing going. There we go. So, hot coffee. I got my water pot on there getting warm. So when that starts to boil, I'm just doing oatmeal for breakfast. So when that boils, get my oatmeal and then see what we get into today. I'm thinking that I might move my snow wall to kind of help block some of the wind, because that's the direction the majority of the wind is coming from. I think I might move that wall to the edge of the tarp. And we'll have to go get some firewood. And we'll see what else we get into today. We got some really strong wind gusts, so I looked at the weather, and we're supposed to get like up to 40-mile-an-hour gusts. So I am taking the snow wall that I put here, and I'm putting it on the edge of my tarp to hopefully to help us block some of the wind, because it's just cutting right through here. Right, I think that'll do. I could almost drink this oatmeal. I made it too soupy. Acceptable trade-off. Alright guys, so tonight we are going to be doing a smoked pork hock in bean soup. I want to take mine and just slice it in a couple places. And drop our ham in. Seasoning, half an onion. It's just the perfect camping multi-tool, guys. I never took the sticker off, huh? Alright, so that's got to sit for at least 3 to 5 hours. Keep an eye on the water level. The bean soup is going. So I am going to go get the rest of the firewood for the day, I think. My wind wall here has been doing awesome. The deer been coming right through here. I think there's some coyote tracks mixed in them though. Now, like, that's a big old buck. Walking right through here. And I'm like 90% sure that this was rabbit tracks because they go underneath of the chairs and then come right back out this way. So that's about the only thing I could think, is that the rabbits had to be playing underneath of the chairs. Lot of locusts. A lot of locusts. There's some ash. A big piece of oak. Take a piece of oak with us. Okay. There's the first trip. Because I'm burning a lot of wood. This wood right here is not wood that we sell, because see, there is some rotted stuff. This is what we set aside to burn for while we're working up here. Or if I decide I want to come out here and go camping. When I was younger, my mom used to do these things called flat pies. And it was basically just a pie crust with filling, and she'd fold them in half and bake them. Well, I want to try doing something like that on the fire. And I'm just going to eat a whole damn pie to myself. So I did cheat and go get one of the, it's a box of 2 pie crusts, like the Pillsbury Doughboy things. Oh, and it's cracking on me. I probably should have let that thaw out, huh? Alright, got some original country pie filling. I like my cherry. I'm really kind of surprised that this isn't frozen. Almost everything else is frozen. Ah, just for good measure. Alright, so then we'll just start taking these. It's just me out here, so I'll eat it whether it's ugly or not, and I'll eat it right off the skillet and not care. So I did move the bean stew over. It's still boiling, so that's good. Let's go ahead and sample this one while those ones are finishing up. And yes, I have been scrubbing my, because this is like my cutting board and my plate, so I scrub it off every time. It's just we're in the cold, so there's still a little bit of steak fat and stuff on there from last night that's not scrubbing off very well. Oh man, look at that. That is beautiful. Oh. Yep, that's it right there. The only thing it needs is like a little bit of cinnamon sugar or powdered sugar. It would be like perfect. 2 ingredients, guys. Pre-made pie crust and pie filling. Are you guys ready for the big reveal? So that whole knob of pork meat fell apart. Oh man, that looks so good right now. So that's just a big chunk of fat. I don't want that at the moment. There's some meat. And like all the meat is just, oh, there's a big chunk of it. Hey, come back here. I found all the meat instead of just fat. There we go. Oh. Oh, buddy. So, late lunch and dinner. Oh, man. That is where it is at. Ah, buddy. It just melts in your mouth. I started that thing at about 10 o'clock. So, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, might as well say 3, so about 5 hours. Compliment to JV. This thing works pretty good. I guess I'm just having fun at this point. Nice. Oh, dinner after dark. Granted, dinner is just more bean soup because I made a huge pot of it. I've been eating this thing all day on my own. So, yeah, and it's just that damn good too. Okay. I know, I'm just cheating left and right with my fires this week. It's so cold today that we're already one battery down, and it's 9:30. That's crazy, and I've only really been filming for maybe an hour today. It's that cold. Got my coffee. That I almost just choked on. I choked a little bit. And my butcher cut carnivore candy bacon. I just figured I'd check in because it's been almost 2 hours since I filmed anything. But I'm having a hard time keeping my feet warm today, guys. It's like our high today is 22. See, I got this little thermometer keychain thing, and I've had it hanging up for the last hour, and it's saying it's 40 degrees. There's no way in hell it's up to 40 degrees. It is cold. It is bitterly cold out here today. I mean, the only reason I got my jacket unzipped is because I'm sitting right next to my fire. My fire is hot as hell. And my chest is hot. But I just put on new socks and resituated the wood on the fire. But my heels are cold. And anybody who has watched my channel for a length of time, you guys know I got my leg issues. My nerve problems and stuff from the spinal surgeries. So I have circulation issues in my feet, and my heels are cold. So I just changed my socks, and I'm working on scooting closer to the fire, and I took my boots off, and yeah, I'm trying to get my heels up so that I can get them warm. I just took my wool socks off, and these are some like fleece lined thermal socks. See if this makes a difference. I will get them warm, but when my feet get to the point where I'm starting to feel them, I know that they're cold because I shouldn't really feel my feet. Here, I'll show you guys what I did because once the fire got hot, my little area in here got above freezing yesterday. We got up to 40 degrees yesterday, and then my fire and everything in here started to melt and turn into mud. So I'll show you what I did to help keep my feet up off the ground yesterday. So I just took some sticks and I cut them off about a foot, and then I got these 2 logs, so I got a nice little dry platform I can put my gloves on here, defrost things before I cook or whatever. Or like right now, I can take my boots off and keep my feet up off the ground. Because I'm just handy like that. Oh, look. We got a big old bear coming down the driveway. You guys see that? See it? It's one of them uncle bears. Give us a growl! What's up, Unc? Oh, trying to stay warm. Man, it's cold as polar bear balls today, ain't it?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not that bad. I mean, once you got a good fire, right?
I got a decent fire. It ain't that bad. Our high's only 22 degrees today. Well, Uncle Will came out with us for a few hours, which was nice. Because this has been a cold ass day. Like, this is one of those days so cold you just don't leave the fire. And my little thermometer thing is not reading below 40. There is no way it's right. The weather app even says out here is 22 degrees on a high. So they don't even know what the actual temperature is. And I'm going to bet it's below that. It is cold. Like, it's the kind of cold today that you just, like I said, you don't leave the fire. You just don't. And I know I've been in colder before, and I know that somebody out there has been in colder before, but this is pretty damn cold today. We went through, he was here for what, 3 or 4 hours? We went through my whole stash of firewood. Tonight is supposed to drop down to 3 degrees. So let's get the rest of this wood unloaded and we're going to get a good fire going. And I need to get dinner on because I'm getting hungry. And I only got about an hour of light left. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. We got a big fire going. Oh, not a whole lot filmed today, but me and Uncle Will just sat around fire bullshitting all day. Sometimes that's what you need. Somebody to just sit around a fire and bullshit with all day. It was a good day. Our other rib steak. See, I'll need the butter. I got my salt and pepper out. So I think I'm going to fry some potatoes too. And we'll throw an onion on there. Oh, buddy. Cooking after dark. Look at that steak though. That is a medium rare steak. That is just how I like them. Okay. Oh man. Fried potatoes and onions. Let's see how I did. I don't know if it's cooking in the cold, like being out in the cold of what I'm doing, but it's like everything I've cooked this week has just been the best. Tonight just so happens to be the coldest night that I'm out here. It is supposed to get down to 3 degrees Fahrenheit. So I am going to test this sleep system that I've been using down to it is bare bones minimum and see what we can do with it. Now, if you guys have followed along through the week video, then you know I've had my little heater out here. If you're here for the test video, which I'll release separate, then I have a little tent buddy, one of those Mr. Heater buddy heater deals. And I've been using it on the cold nights just to stay comfortable, you know. I've been out here this week to stay comfortable, not necessarily test myself, test my gear. So I've had my tent heater, but tonight it is off, completely off, okay? Now, I'm one of those guys that'll tell you to test your gear close to home. Technically, I am home because this is our new homestead. We just haven't built our house here yet. I am 1,000 feet away from my SUV. I have my four-wheeler outside. I also have my little heater. So, if I wake up cold tonight, you guys will know about it because you're going to see my heater come on. I'm transparent when it comes to testing things. That being said, I'm also not stupid when I'm out here testing things. So, I have my heater. If I wake up cold, I don't have to be miserable and end up hypothermic. I can turn my heater on. But that's how you test things like this, especially in the cold. Make sure that you got some kind of heat source. I got a fire outside. I got my heater right here. I'll be perfectly fine for the night if this doesn't keep me warm enough. What I'm using is my Zenbivy 25-degree sleep system. Okay. So that's the orange and the blue is the Zenbivy. And then I have my military poncho liner. Okay. Now the hoodie you see here, that's my pillow. This is a pillow. And I do have my thermals on, pants and top. And I'm going to crawl in for the night because I'm already getting cold. Zenbivy, the bottom layer of my poncho liner, the top layer of my poncho liner, because I've got this like a sleeping bag inside of my Zen bivvy and the top coil of my Zen bivvy. While I do have the heater, it is not here so I can fake the test, because if I fake the test results, somebody could get hurt. I need to know the limits of my gear. It might help somebody else to know the limits of my gear. So, the stove is not there for me to fake the test. The stove is there as a safety precaution. Because 3 to 5 degree Fahrenheit, I would consider to be an extreme test in this kind of sleep system. My Zen bivvy is rated to 25 degrees. On the survival rating, it is 35 for the comfort. So this is seeing what we can do. Now, proof that the stove is off. Okay? I'm going to bundle up into this thing and give you guys a result one way or the other. Good night. It's 6:30. I made it until about 4 o'clock before I had to turn the heater on last night. And it was mainly because my feet were getting cold and not the rest of me. So, judging that it got down to the 5 degrees, 3 degrees it was supposed to, had I put socks on last night, I don't think my feet would have got cold, but I slept with socks off. Fairly successful night. I don't know if I'd want to continue trying to take this thing any lower. My sleep system, the Zen bivvy with the poncho liner inside of it, I don't know if I'd want to try taking it any lower. It was pretty cold, but I mean, I went until 4 o'clock in the morning before I had to turn the heat on, so that was a good test. So once it's daylight enough, I'll see you guys outside. Oh, yep, it is completely out. Well, guys, it's my last day here. Last morning. I gotta be out of here by noon so I can get Deegan out of school. So this morning, I've been saving this. I wanted to wait until the last day to try this one. It's Bones Coffee Bluesberry. I mean, I've tried it at home. You can see that the top is open, but I've been saving it for the last morning out here because this is really good coffee. So, let's get this made. I already got my fire going. If you guys want to see a full-on review of the knife I used to get my kindling ready this morning, you're going to have to make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell for further notifications so that you know when that video comes out. That knife was a Holtzman Guerrilla Survival. He calls that one the Grower. And it's just a hell of a knife. It's a beast. Alright, let's get coffee going. I'm going to use my press this morning. My Espero Light coffee press. Put your coffee in, put your boiling water in, shake it up, let it sit for 5 minutes. See how she comes out. It's a lighter roast coffee. That's just so good. Alright, well, I want to thank everybody for coming along and hanging out with me this week at the homestead, even though we didn't really do a whole lot except for hang out at camp. So, thanks for coming out. I'm going to sit here and enjoy my coffee and get warm and pack my gear up and head home. Head to the house. Technically I am home. Head to the house. So, I will see you guys all on the next one. And as always, find your way.